one turnover. It's because of how dominant he is with that role. Ayton had a great shot and another great finish there. They have to come up with an answer for that screen and roll or that 1-2. Assist numbers are way down because their shot making is down. But you can't compare it to last series, because Portland is a much different defensive team than the Phoenix Suns.
Big three for Rivers, who had something to say. And just 25% through the first two games of this series. Booker leaves, Ayton able to finish over Jokic.
And Ayton might have got away with one, putting that off arm, but finishing off your assignments. So that's something that they need to address early.
Well, the explosive Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz defended their home court in Utah. Now they head into LA for Game 3 to face Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers, who know what it takes to make a comeback. Don't miss Game 3 tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. Have to have more of an attack mindset here in Game 3. We asked him about the comments. He said, look, my team knows I'm a straight shooter. They're used to it, and they usually respond. As Porter Jr. buries the three.
And that's that. It began spasming on him in the second quarter of Game 1, and it was still problematic throughout Game 2 as Devin Booker hits a fadeaway. But Porter, who's had 2 back surgery, 9 of 26 from the field for 26 points, guys.
Yeah, Israel, they need him, no doubt, as Booker follows up the miss. Another take. And hits from 3. Confident stroke from one of the lanes for Booker. Also has 2 assists in this first quarter. An 11-6 Phoenix lead. Game 3 of this best of 7. And Bridges knocks down a triple.
And just look at the ball movement. You know, you get extra efforts on the defensive end, but once that get into Bridges' hands, he's shooting the ball well. It's just very, very difficult to stop when you have that amount of balance.
We were talking with Monty Williams before the game. We said, what have you liked best about the way your team's been playing? He said, the level of force we play with on every single possession, the aggression, the mindset to bounce back. As Rivers can't finish, Gordon and Jokic keeping it alive. Jokic another chance, can't get the whistle. Porter Jr. flies in and it's off him, and the crowd very upset, no call, as Jokic was banging around the trees.
Man, you have no time to complain. Look, Chris Paul and this Phoenix Suns team is coming right back at you.
And connecting.
If you make a turnover, you make a mistake, that's the one thing about the postseason. You have to move forward. You can't be thinking about it. You can't be looking at the referees, but especially when you're playing against a point guard like Chris Paul.
Well, we saw that as an issue for Denver in Game 2. A couple times they got caught complaining. Porter Jr. sticks the jumper. Monty Williams done such an outstanding job as the head coach of this Suns team in his second season at the helm. Both he and general manager James Jones have turned this around so quickly with the help of the man with the basketball right now, Chris Paul.
Yeah, James Jones, my teammate in Cleveland and in Miami, made the postseason every single year of his career. Won 3 championships, 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland. Has done such a great job of turning around this Suns organization in a short amount of time.
Jokic can't hit the rainbow 3. Nice job by Bridges to guide the rebound over to Crowder. Here's Paul left alone. Connects on a 3. It's a 21-8 start for Phoenix.
They come out and they are aggressive. This is the force that Monty Williams was talking about.
Porter Jr. got it to go from the corner.
And if you're a Denver Nugget fan, that is a great sight. You could see that Michael Porter Jr. was labored and he was struggling early on in the game. And so to see him come out here aggressive, that's a good sight, but their defense is going to have to settle in.
Israel talked about how important it is for Porter Jr. He shot 54% from 3 in Denver's wins these playoffs, just 23% in their losses. Ayton to the hook. DeAndre Ayton making an impact in this first quarter. He has 6 points. Jokic aggressive, the Euro step in the finish.
It's not so much that he is a point center, but it's also these Euro moves that he's able to do. A Euro step with a left-hand floater over the 7-footer. That's a difficult shot. This is a difficult shot for anybody, but look, goes by Jay Crowder, does a Euro, handles the contact, and then tosses it up off the glass. That is an MVP shot from a 7-footer that you don't see that. You don't see that from a big man. I don't know if we've ever seen that in this league before.
First center to win the MVP since Shaq. back in 2000. Phoenix 23, Denver 13. 4:24 to go in this opening quarter of Game 3. Morris, he got it. And boy, does Denver need that. Monte Morris, just 2 for 17 in the series entering this game.
And they need him. He was one of the reasons why they were so successful in that Portland series.
Off the steal, Porter Jr. had it poked away by Cameron Payne. On the other end, Booker slicing and hitting.
You got no room. Michael Porter Jr. again is still worried about that official. You got to get back because the Phoenix Suns are one of the best teams in this league at turning a mistake like that into offensive points in transition.
Here's Gordon. His three rims off. Jokic, the offensive rebound, the putback, and the foul.
And one of the things that we talk about when we talk about Jokic, it's his basketball IQ. Look, he goes and boxes out smaller players. He pushes them under. Doesn't jump very high. Not extremely quick, but understands player movement. And that's where he does a very, very good job of planting himself in the right spot, getting these little one-handed slap tip-ins that go in at a rate that we've never seen before.
Well, and Monty Williams